Hi. Hi, welcome back. If you're still here, if anyone's still watching. I've been MIA for a while because editing is just a lot harder than I thought. Filming is a lot harder than I thought it would be. But I haven't given up. I'm just really slow. Um, and I wanted to share a little story with you guys. So this past 4th of July, I had the privilege of going to Martha's Vineyard with my boyfriend's family for the second year in a row now. And it was really fun. I didn't get to record very much during my short trip there, but I'd still like to share some of my experiences and some footage from my time there. I'm showing you this footage despite the fact that my vlogging skills are, we'll say, unrefined. I'm still learning, but before I share any of that footage, I wanted to share some context and history about the island itself, because it's just a very interesting and cool place full of cultural and historical significance. Also, I'm a little sick right now, so sorry if I sound a little congested. This charming little island evokes feelings of tranquility, peace, safety, and community. When I think of the Vineyard, I think of Black excellence, I think style, wealth, opulence, Circuit Avenue, fat Ronnies, backdoor donuts, hydrangeas, gingerbread houses, beaches, sunsets, 4th of July, relaxation, and patio conversations. This land was originally home to an indigenous group called the Wampanoags, which translates to people of the first light, and the island's original name was actually Noepe, which means land amid the waters. In 1602, it was discovered and renamed by English explorer Bartholomew Gosnold, who named it after his daughter. The first people of African descent were the small populations of enslaved people that were brought to the island in the 17th century. But in the 20th century, the number of wealthy Black vacationers increased, particularly in the town of Oak Bluffs, where my boyfriend's family owns their home. And to this day, Oak Bluffs is a cultural center and haven for the Black community. A lot of famous people throughout history have graced this island. Madam C.J. Walker, Adam Clayton Powell Jr., Martin Luther King, Harry Belafonte, and later Bell Hooks, Lionel Richie, Spike Lee, and notably the Obamas also have a place in Oak Bluffs. Recently, the Netflix show Forever had an episode that was entirely filmed on the Vineyard, which was the first time I ever saw it represented in popular media. All that being said, I'd like to give you guys a peek at my experience this past 4th of July. So we set out on the road in the afternoon on July 3rd. It started raining down pretty hard on us, but the sky was illuminated by lightning, which was pretty cool to experience. We made it through the long ride with good music and good conversation. After 5 long hours, we made it to Thomas Landing parking lot and ran to catch the shuttle to Woods Hole Terminal, where we hopped on the last ferry of the day to the island. It was actually quite stressful. I do not recommend you try to catch the very last shuttle to the very last ferry, because you will be running for your life and they will leave you at a certain point. The first time I got on this ferry, so we took the car. So we drove onto the boat, parked it, and then in the car, on the boat, we sailed to the Vineyard. It was really trippy and weird, but this time there was no car, it was just ourselves. After about 45 minutes, we finally made it to the Vineyard and settled in for the night at the Blueberry Cottage, or Jalen's family home. And the next day was 4th of July. We got up really early because Jalen's family every year does the Murdoch's Run the Chop Challenge, which is a charity run that benefits Big Brother Big Sister of Cape Cod and the islands. It's really special to watch everyone come together to support the community. The run is about 4 miles, so now I'm by no means a runner. I'm actually quite slow and I have to take a lot of breaks, but thankfully Jalen was very patient with me and we got to enjoy a lovely scenic route together. The first year I did this run, it took me like almost an hour and a half to do the 4 miles. But this time we got it down to 45 minutes. So go us. Go me, really. Jalen can do it much faster, but like he was he was taking one for the team. Side note, the island is decorated with my favorite flowers ever, hydrangeas, different hues of like pink and purple and blue, and I just got excited every time I saw them. Later that evening, we had a cookout at Jalen's aunt's house, and we spent the night having drinks and conversing on the beautiful wraparound porch she has. We ended the night with backdoor donuts and a view of the fireworks going on in Edgarstown. You know, it's interesting. So Ralph Lauren recently filmed a video on the Vineyard to promote their new Oak Bluffs collection, and I thought the video was beautiful, super well done. You should definitely go give it a watch. I'll put it in the description below. But in one part of the video, they interview Chef Dion, who is a Jamaican chef who owns a restaurant in Oak Bluffs. And referring to Martha's Vineyard, Chef Dion says, "I've never lived anywhere in my life where I don't wake up one morning and see water. It's one of the Caribbean islands that just moved a little further north and lost the palm trees on the way up." Now, I love this description not just because it's like poetic and whimsical, but also because I too was reminded of the Caribbean during my time there. Not just because of the water, but because there was this overwhelming sense of community and togetherness. Sitting on the porch with Jalen's loved ones, I got the same feeling I get when I'm in DR with all my aunts and uncles and cousins. And though it's been a while since we've seen each other's faces, the love remains the same. You know, we pick up where we left off, laughing, telling jokes and stories, knowing that we'll be here same time next year, you know. And when you're in a little coro like that, like the energy is so positive and so potent. It's like an ancient communal energy that I find myself often craving as a first generation American. You know, like my family's in all these different places. To witness something similar like that on the Vineyard was very special and really like a treat. I felt very honored to be welcomed into that space. The next morning, Jalen's mother cooked us a nice breakfast. Jalen was trying to get the perfect shot, but I was really just focused on eating like usual. We were eager to try out the new vlogging equipment I got, which included a standing tripod and the new microphones. Then we hopped on the electric bikes, which I had never done before. I love them because you could really exercise control over the speed. And I mean, let's just face it, you look really cool riding them. So I felt very cool, very free. So we rode them around Inkwell Park. Later that same day, we drove by Lakeside Park and also by these quaint little houses known as the gingerbread houses. I love the pastel colors of some of these houses. They're all over the Vineyard, but yeah, especially in this area. Behind the gingerbread houses is the Tabernacle, which is a large covered outdoor performance space. And I believe there's also an outdoor church, which has a lot of historical significance. And I believe they do like flea markets there as well. We then decided to relax a bit on Inkwell Beach. This beach's name has its origins in prejudice and hatred, actually. It was derogatorily called the Inkwell because of its large population of Black visitors, but the Black community sort of reclaimed the term in defiance of that bigotry, and the name just stuck, I guess. Later in the evening, we went to Vineyard Haven and we dined at the Attic, where everything was delicious. I got a herb roasted half chicken with mashed potatoes. Jalen got fish and chips. His brother and dad got burgers, and his mother got the short rib poutine. As if that wasn't enough, we treated ourselves to dessert at Mad Martha's Ice Cream. On our way home, we just had to pull over and watch the sunset because it was gorgeous. I'm told that the best place to view the sunset is Menemsha Beach, but I was not mad at the view from Oak Bluffs at all. And on our last day on the island, we stopped at the Lookout Tavern for some lunch, and here's us doing that.
Hi. Hi. Okay. Hi, we're at Lookout Tavern, and I just ordered a lobster roll and some New England clam chowder. We're gonna see how the lobster roll here compares to the one I had in Boston. The one I had there was okay. It was like pretty good, very overpriced. And then I had one in Chicago that was really good, and that was free because that was part of like a graduation ceremony. Anyway, we're gonna see how the lobster roll tastes.
The clam chowder was really solid. The lobster roll was good, but had way too much lobster meat for my liking. Like, maybe I'm crazy for that take, but I just feel like it was too much lobster and not enough seasoning. And that's all the footage I had. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I promise I'm gonna try my best to post or record more clips when I'm doing these vlogs. My next video will also be a vlog. I'll be showing you some clips I took from my time in LA. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed these little clips again. And if you've ever been to Martha's Vineyard, comment down below some of your favorite memories there. And if you haven't been to the Vineyard, tell me a place where you feel that same sense of communal energy and like vibes. Okay, thanks, bye.